Rigged election in Venezuela? What next? I'm Steve Hendrix with your Global Minute. 20 years ago, Venezuela was 4 times larger in economic terms than all of Central America combined. It had the highest per capita income in Latin America and the world's largest proven reserves of oil. It was the region's oldest democracy. Today, all gone. The economy collapsed to the point where it's one of the poorest. Corruption is at every level. A quarter of the population, 20 million people, have just left in the last 5 years. Venezuelans thought they might get a break for hope. On Sunday, the country held elections. The ruling party of Nicolas Maduro, however, controlled the press. It arrested or barred all the top opposition figures. It barred international election observers from the European Union. A career diplomat, Edmundo Gonzalez, decided he'd run. Gonzalez had a 30-point lead in opinion polls. Exit polling showed a similarly decisive win for Gonzalez. Venezuela has modern election voting machines, so calculation would be easy. The results last night, however, were delayed. If Maduro had won, he certainly would have said so immediately. But only in the early hours of this morning, his government instead announced it had won. We all know what really happened. China and Cuba called to congratulate. Now comes the post-election period. As statistical analysis emerges, the results are unquestionable. This opens a political moment for negotiation. The parties are not equal. The ruling party will do anything to stay in power. If they're out, they could go to jail for 20 years of mass theft and gross human rights abuse. They could lose their lucrative drug trafficking and money laundering operations. Will Venezuela's military intervene? Many of the rank and file have also felt the impact of this complex humanitarian disaster. However, remember that the top military brass were all appointed by this corrupt government. They too now own stolen businesses. The international community? Europe's watching the Olympics. The Americans are engaged with their own domestic national election. Smaller countries like Chile, Costa Rica, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Guatemala have all called on Venezuela to follow the rule of law, but they have little influence. Norway has tried to play a fair and neutral negotiation role in the past, but why wouldn't Maduro negotiate for his own demise? Watch Brazil. President Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva was a friend of former Venezuela's President Hugo Chavez. He's pushed for Brazil to have a seat on the UN Security Council. This is Brazil's test. It's the moment to see what values and influence Brazil brings to the table. The story's not over. In the meantime, Mr. Maduro, I know some good criminal defense attorneys. Let me know if you need a referral. Please like, share, favorite, repost, and follow. I'm Steve Hendrix with your Global Minute.